Early believers were called Christians or Christianos in the Greek and Aramaic manuscripts, but not in the Hebrew. The correct word would have been Mashiach or Messiah, which is what the disciples, Hebrews, Judah or Yahuda, and early believers would have called the Savior. The word Christian and Christ originates from the Greek word Christos, which is the Greek translation of the Hebrew word Mashiach. Both words basically mean anointed. Hebraic Bibles restored the word to messianics. What most modern Christians don't realize is that there was a deity by the name of Serapis, whose followers were called Christianos, Christians. As early as 200 BCE, there were pagan worshippers of Serapis that called themselves Christians. At the Vatican, this statue of the Roman pagan deity Mithras, with the words Christos Mithras. Mithrasism was the main pagan religion of ancient Rome and became blended with the Messianics of Israel through the compromises of the Nicene Council, headed by Constantine and his son Crispus. The iconic scenes of Mithras show him being born from a rock, slaughtering a bull, and sharing a banquet with the god Sol, the sun. Thus we have a merge of the early Church of Rome with Mithrasism, and forming the RCC, Roman Catholic Church.
The early assembly of believers, referred to in the Hebrew tongue as Messianics, would not want to call themselves Christians or Christianos. They were called Christians or Christianos by non-believers and not by themselves. The true followers of the Messiah would not want to be called after the name of pagan worshippers of Serapis. Why were the early believers called Christianos, a Greek word in Antioch? Antioch was an ancient Greek city. Only a Greek-speaking person will call the followers of the anointed, the Messiah, the Mashiach, Christianos. Antioch was the capital of the Seleucid Empire and later became a major metropolis in the Roman Empire, the kingdom of the Edomites.
The original biblical manuscripts were not written in English. Of them, the most popular were the Septuagint, which was written in Greek, Peshitta, which was written in Middle Aramaic, the Textus Receptus, written in Greek, and the Vulgate, which was written in Latin. The Septuagint is a pre-Christian translation of the Hebrew Bible, and some related texts into Koine Greek. The Greek manuscripts are called the Codex Vaticanus and Codex Sinaiticus. Fragments are dated around the end of the 2nd century, and complete scripts are dated around the 4th century. The King James Version of the Bible was not translated from the Septuagint, but from the Textus Receptus. Why is this important to know? If you research Rome or Romans, you will notice that it is not recorded in the Old Testament at all, but you will find it in the Apocrypha, which was removed out of the 1611 King James Bible. You can also find the word Romans in the book of Daniel of the Septuagint. Were they deliberately trying to hide who the Romans are? In the Septuagint, the book of Daniel 11:30 translates the occurrence of Kittim in as Romans. Maccabees 1:1 states that Alexander the Great, the Macedonian, had come from the land of Kittim, or the land of the Romans. Jasher 10:16, and the children of Chittim are the Romans, who dwell in the valley of Canopia by the river Tiber.
There's a reason why the books were removed out of the Bible or not included in the scriptures. The Bible mentions the book of Jasher, yet when you pan through the pages, there's no book of Jasher in the Bible. There were more than 100 books not included in the Bible, and I wonder why.
There is estimated to be about 100 books that have been either removed or not included in the Bible. The Catholics even debated on whether or not to remove the book of Revelation out of the Bible.